12 months after that unforgettable night, the Korean mafia heir received a call that made his blood run cold. "Sir, the babies. They have your eyes." He never imagined that waitress was carrying his twins all along. He ruled the Korean underworld with silence and fear. She served him once, disappeared into the night, and carried his secret for 12 months. Twin babies with his unmistakable eyes. 3 jobs, 0 help. Until a phone call shattered both their worlds. "Sir, the babies have your eyes." Now the most dangerous man in America will do anything to find the woman who vanished with his legacy. But when power meets sacrifice, when empire collides with love, some reunions don't heal. They ignite. This is not a fairy tale. This is survival. This is blood. This is family. He didn't believe in coincidence. Kang Min-ho built his empire on calculated moves, precise strikes, and the kind of silence that made powerful men confess their sins before he even asked. At 29, he controlled the Korean syndicate's American operations from a penthouse that overlooked a city that feared his name but never spoke it aloud. The restaurant was closed. Private event. His men lined the walls like shadows with expensive suits and concealed weapons. This was routine, a business dinner where deals were made in whispers, and blood was promised with handshakes. Then she walked in. Maya Kim, 24, night shift server covering for someone sick. She didn't know who sat in that private room. Didn't recognize the face that made federal agents wake up sweating. She just needed the tip money. Her hands trembled slightly as she poured water. He noticed. He noticed everything. "You're new," he said. His voice was quiet. It always was. Men who need to yell haven't earned real fear yet. "First month," she replied, not meeting his eyes. Smart girl. But when she finally looked up, something happened that Min-ho hadn't felt in years. A pause. A breath that caught. Her eyes were warm, alive, untouched by the darkness he swam in daily. She didn't see the crime lord. She saw a man who looked tired. The dinner continued. She served. He watched. His associates noticed his distraction and exchanged nervous glances. Min-ho never got distracted. When she returned with dessert, their hands brushed. Electricity, the kind poets write about and practical men deny. "What time do you finish?" he asked. His second-in-command, Jin, stiffened. They didn't do this. Min-ho didn't do this. 2 a.m., Maya said softly. "Why?" "I'll wait." And he did. While his men secured the perimeter, while the city slept its corrupt sleep, Min-ho waited in the back of his Mercedes like a man who'd forgotten he could command anything. When Maya emerged, exhausted and surprised he'd kept his word, he opened the car door himself. "I don't even know your name," she said. "Maybe that's better." They drove through the city talking about everything except what he really was. She told him about her mother in Busan, about nursing school dreams she couldn't afford, about feeling invisible in a city of millions. He listened. Actually listened. For the first time in his brutal life, Min-ho heard someone speak without fear or calculation. Just honesty, raw and beautiful. They ended up at his penthouse. Not a conquest. Something stranger, more fragile. "I shouldn't be here," Maya whispered, standing by floor-to-ceiling windows that framed the city like a painting of everything she'd never have. "Neither should I," Min-ho replied. And he meant it. This world of softness and possibility, he'd abandoned it years ago when his father's blood baptized him into leadership. That night was impossible. Tender, desperate. 2 people from different universes pretending gravity didn't exist. When she woke, he was gone. Business in Chicago. Emergency. The note on the pillow said, "You deserve more than my world can offer." Maya left before his housekeeper arrived. Took nothing. Left no number. She disappeared into the city's vastness like she'd never existed. Except she had. And 9 months later, in a county hospital where women like her gave birth alone, Maya delivered twins. A boy and a girl. Both with eyes so distinctive, they looked like photographs of their father. She named them Hope and Haven, because that's what they were. She worked 3 jobs. Morning shift at a diner, afternoon cleaning offices, night shifts back at restaurants. Her mother flew from Korea to help, asking no questions about the father. Maya never told. What could she say? That she'd spent one impossible night with a man whose last name she didn't know. That she'd seen something human in eyes that probably ordered deaths before breakfast. The babies grew, 12 perfect months. She gave them everything except the truth. Until the day Min-ho's phone rang. Sir. Jin's voice was careful, too careful. We have a situation. Minho was reviewing shipping manifests. Legitimate business fronting for very illegitimate cargo. Handle it. It's personal. That word didn't exist in Minho's vocabulary. He looked up from paperwork that legally didn't exist. One of our men saw something. At County Hospital, pediatric wing. Jin pulled up a photo on his tablet. 2 babies, maybe a year old. Their eyes, Minho's world stopped. Find her! Sir, the woman, from that night, the server. His voice wasn't quiet anymore. It was fractured. Find her now. Jin had never heard his boss sound afraid before. Within hours, the syndicate's resources, designed for tracking enemies and moving contraband, focused on one exhausted woman with 2 babies and 3 jobs. Maya was coming home from her morning shift when she noticed the car. Black Mercedes. Tinted windows. Her heart knew before her mind caught up. The door opened. Minho stepped out. 12 months older. Still beautiful. Still dangerous. Now looking at her like she held his entire world in her tired arms. We need to talk, he said. Maya held Haven closer. Hope was with her mother. Thank God. About what? About why our children have my eyes. Our children. The words hung between them like a suspended sentence. They're not yours, Maya said. The lie tasted like poison. Minho stepped closer, not threatening, pleading. I've killed men for smaller lies, but you... His voice broke. Actually broke. I just need the truth. Maya looked at this impossible man. This crime lord standing on her broken sidewalk in his $10,000 suit, asking about babies like he was just another abandoned father. You left, she whispered. I know. You were gone when I woke up. I know. So what do you want now? Money? I don't want your money. I want... Minho stopped. He'd conquered territories, eliminated rivals, built an empire on fear. But he didn't have words for this. I want to know them. Please. That please cost him everything. Maya saw the boy again, the one hidden under the monster. 1 meeting, she said finally. Supervised, public place, then you disappear forever. Agreed. But they both knew it was a lie. Because when Minho saw his children for the first time in that coffee shop, Hope reaching for his face with tiny hands, Haven laughing at his serious expression, something inside him didn't just crack. It shattered completely. And Maya, watching the most dangerous man in the city hold their daughter like she was made of light, knew her careful life was about to collapse. The impossible meeting had just become an inevitable collision. The coffee shop became their neutral ground. Every Sunday, 10 a.m., Maya brought the twins. Minho arrived exactly on time, flanked by Jin, who waited outside like a well-dressed sentinel. Other patrons never knew they were drinking lattes 3 tables away from the Korean underground's most feared leader. Week 1, Minho barely spoke, just watched. Hope had his nose. Haven had his stubborn chin. Both had inherited something he'd forgotten he still possessed, the ability to smile without calculation. You can hold them, Maya said during week 2. Her voice was softer now, less defensive. Minho's hands that had broken bones and signed death warrants, trembled as he lifted Haven. She grabbed his finger with surprising strength and laughed. Actually laughed at him. Something inside his chest moved, shifted, cracked open. She likes you, Maya observed. I don't know how to do this. The confession came out raw, unguarded. Nobody does. You just try not to break them. He looked at her then. Really looked. Dark circles under her eyes. Uniform from the diner still on. She'd come straight from her morning shift. Again. You're exhausted. I'm a mother. It's the job description. Let me help. With what? You gonna change diapers between ordering hits? The words were sharp, but her eyes held something else. Curiosity, maybe, or hope. I don't order hits, Minho said quietly. I make problems disappear. There's a difference. Is there? He had no answer for that. Week 3, Hope said his first word. Dada. Looking right at Minho. Maya watched her son betray her careful distance with 1 syllable. Watched Minho's expression transform into something she'd never seen on his face. Pure, unfiltered joy. He doesn't know what it means, she said quickly. Yes, he does. Minho's voice was thick. Don't take this from me. The please was unspoken, but she heard it anyway. That night, Minho's world started bleeding into hers. An envelope appeared under her apartment door. No note, just cash. More than she made in 3 months. She burned with rage, called the number he'd finally given her. I don't want your money. It's not money. His voice was calm, maddeningly calm. It's child support. For 12 months I didn't know they existed. I didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to be born into my world either. But here we are. The truth of it silenced her. Maya. He said her name like a prayer. I can't give them a normal life. I can't be a regular father. But I can make sure they never want for anything. Let me do this one thing right. She wanted to refuse. Wanted to maintain her independence, her pride, her safe distance from his dangerous world. But Hope needed new shoes. Haven's cough needed medicine she couldn't afford. And Maya was so tired. Okay, she whispered. The next day, a pediatrician visited her apartment. Top specialist, did a full checkup on both twins. Prescribed medication for Haven's cough, sent a bill to an address Maya never saw. The day after, a box arrived, baby supplies. The expensive kind she'd stared at in stores but never touched, then groceries, then her rent, paid 6 months in advance. You have to stop, she told him at their next meeting. I'm just getting started. Week 5, Maya arrived to find the coffee shop empty. Reserved. Just them. What did you do? Bought you privacy. People were staring, taking pictures. I won't risk them. Our children. He kept saying it. Our children. Like he'd earned the right through biology alone. This is too much, Minho. First time she'd used his name. He closed his eyes like it hurt. It's not enough. It will never be enough. Hope toddled toward him. Minho caught him before he fell. Natural. Instinctive. Maya watched this impossible man, this crime lord who made senators nervous, play peekaboo with their son and felt her walls crumbling. Tell me about your world, she said suddenly. No. If you want to be their father, I need to know what that means. Minho looked at her. Really looked. Saw the intelligence he'd noticed that first night. The strength. This wasn't a naive girl anymore. This was a mother protecting her cubs. I run the Korean syndicate's American operations. Shipping, imports, entertainment. Some of it legal. Most of it not. I have enemies who would use anything against me, including... He stopped. Our children. Yes. So these Sunday meetings are the most dangerous thing I've ever done. Every time I come here, I paint a target on all of you. Maya felt ice in her veins. Then why come? Because I'm selfish. Because for 1 hour a week, I get to pretend I'm human. The honesty was brutal. Beautiful. We should stop, Maya said. Didn't mean it. We should, Minho agreed. Didn't move. Haven started crying. Hungry. Maya began preparing a bottle with practiced efficiency. Let me. Minho took it. Fed his daughter with surprising competence. You've been practicing. YouTube tutorials. Jin thinks I've lost my mind. Maya laughed. Actually laughed. The sound made Minho smile. A real smile, not the cold thing he showed his enemies. You're different than I thought, she admitted. Disappointed? Terrified. Of me? Of this? Of wanting this? The confession hung between them like a bridge neither should cross. Hope fell asleep against Minho's chest. Haven finished her bottle and joined her brother. 2 babies, 1 crime lord, absolutely peaceful. Maya took a picture with her phone. Couldn't help herself. Delete that, Minho said automatically. No. Maya, they deserve to know their father wanted them. Even if... She stopped. Even if what? Even if this all falls apart. Minho looked at her. This woman who'd given him something his empire never could. Purpose beyond power. Love without conditions. It won't fall apart. You can't promise that. Watch me. Week 6, everything changed. Jin approached during their meeting. Face grim. Sir, we have a problem. Minho's expression shifted instantly. The father disappeared. The crime lord returned. Outside. It concerns her. Maya's blood went cold. Someone's been watching, Jin continued. Taking photos. They know about the children. Minho stood slowly, carefully, like a predator assessing threats. Who? We're not sure yet. Could be feds, could be rivals. Find them, tonight. Sir, maybe we should... I said find them. Maya grabbed Hope, pulled Haven close. We need to leave. No. Minho's voice was steel. You need protection. From what? Your world? Your enemies? This is exactly why I should have stayed away. I know. His eyes met hers, painful, honest. But I didn't, and now they're targets because of me. So I'm going to fix this. How? By doing what I do best, making problems disappear. The coldness in his voice terrified her. This was the man the city whispered about. The one who made people vanish. Don't hurt anyone, please. I'll try. The lie was kind. They both knew it. That night, while Maya held her babies and wondered what she'd unleashed, Minho declared war. Not with guns. Not yet. But with the full weight of an empire built on fear, someone had threatened his children. That someone would learn why monsters don't have families. It makes them vulnerable. It makes them vicious. Minho's men found the photographer in 36 hours. Freelancer, selling to tabloids, pictures of the crime lord playing daddy, gold mine for gossip sites, death sentence for the photographer. Jin brought him to the warehouse, the kind of place that didn't exist on any map, where sounds didn't escape and questions got answered. Please, I didn't know who he was. You knew enough to follow him for 6 weeks. Minho's voice was conversational, terrifying in its calm. I'll delete everything. I swear. You will, after you tell me who hired you. Nobody hired me. It was just... The lie cost him 2 fingers. Minho didn't flinch, didn't enjoy it. This was work, necessary, like removing cancer before it spreads. Try again. The photographer sobbed, talked. Federal agent. Not official business. Personal vendetta. Someone in the bureau wanted leverage on Minho. The babies were perfect pressure points. Minho felt something cold settle in his chest. Not anger, worse, clarity. His children would never be safe, not while he breathed. His existence made them targets. Delete everything. Disappear. If I ever see your face again, you won't, I promise. Minho left him alive. Barely. Message sent. But the real problem remained. The federal agent. The bureau's interest. The inevitable collision between his 2 worlds. He called Maya at midnight. Knew she'd be awake. Knew mothers never slept. It's handled. What does that mean? Her voice was tight, scared. The photographer won't bother us again. Did you kill him? Silence. Minho, did you kill him? No, but I wanted to. The honesty was somehow worse than a lie. This has to stop. We can't keep doing this. I know. The kids deserve better than... I know. Then let us go. Walk away. Forget you ever... I can't. The words came out broken. God help me, Maya. I can't. She heard it. The desperation. The need. The same thing she felt at 3 a.m. when Haven cried and she wished someone was there to help. When Hope took his first steps and she wanted to share it with someone who cared. Come over, she whispered. What? Come over. Now. We need to talk. Minho arrived in 20 minutes. No security, no Jin, just him. Vulnerable in a way that could get him killed. Maya opened the door in pajamas, hair messy, beautiful in her exhaustion. They're sleeping, she said. We can actually talk. Her apartment was tiny, clean but worn. 3 jobs paid rent but left nothing for comfort. Minho saw her life clearly for the first time. The struggle. The sacrifice. Why do you work so hard? I've given you enough to... Because I won't be kept. Maya's eyes flashed. I won't be some mob wife living on blood money while pretending it's clean. It's not blood money. It's for our children. All your money is blood money. The truth landed like a blade. You're right. Minho sat on her worn couch. Looked smaller somehow, less powerful. Everything I have was built on violence, on fear, on choices I can't undo. Then why stay in that world? Because it's all I know. My father led before me. His father before him. I was born into this. Baptized in it. There's no retirement plan for men like me. Just prison or death. Maya sat beside him. Close enough to feel his warmth. Far enough to maintain safety. Tell me about your father. He was hard. Fair in his way. Taught me that power without control is just chaos. That fear without respect is temporary. He died when I was 19. Rival family. Car bomb. I'm sorry. Don't be. He knew the risks. We all do. And your mother? Died giving birth to me, so I've been killing people I love since the beginning. The pain in his voice was ancient, deep. Maya took his hand. Simple gesture, monumental meaning. You didn't kill her. Biology did. Doesn't change the fact that I'm poison. To everyone I touch. Not to Hope and Haven. Yet. Stop. Maya squeezed his hand. Stop believing you're doomed. You're their father. That's a choice. Every day, you choose to show up, to care. That's not poison. That's love. Minho looked at their joined hands like he'd discovered something miraculous. I don't deserve you. Probably not. He laughed. Actual laughter. Rare as diamonds. Stay tonight, Maya said suddenly. On the couch. Just stay, so you can see what mornings are like with them. Maya, just one morning, then decide if you still want this. If you can handle the reality instead of the Sunday fantasy. It was a test. They both knew it. Okay. That night, Minho slept on a couch that was too small, in an apartment that smelled like baby powder and hope, and had the best rest of his violent life. Haven woke at 5 a.m., screaming, hungry. Maya stumbled out, half asleep, ready to handle it alone like always. Found Minho already there, bottle prepared, rocking their daughter with surprising competence. Go back to sleep, he whispered. I've got her. Maya watched him, this crime lord singing soft Korean lullabies to their crying baby, making silly faces until Haven laughed. She fell in love right then, knew it was stupid, dangerous, inevitable. When Hope woke 30 minutes later, she joined them, all four on the tiny couch, babies between them, perfect chaos. This is every morning, Maya said, screaming, diapers, exhaustion, no glamour, no power, just survival. It's perfect. You're insane. Probably. Hope grabbed Minho's finger. Haven fell asleep on Maya's chest. The city woke outside their window. Dangerous, beautiful, theirs. I want more of this, Minho said quietly. More mornings? More everything. I want to be here. Really here. Not just Sundays. Your world won't allow that. Then I'll change my world. You can't just quit being a crime lord. Watch me. The determination in his voice was absolute. Terrifying. Minho, people don't walk away from that life. You said it yourself. I'll find a way. For them. For... He stopped. For what? For us. The word hung between them like a forbidden promise. There is no us. There's co-parenting. There's... He kissed her. Soft. Desperate. 12 months of longing compressed into one perfect moment. Maya kissed back. Hated herself for it. Loved him anyway. When they broke apart, both breathing hard, reality crashed back. We can't, she whispered. I know. It's too dangerous. I know. Your enemies would use me against you. I know. Then why? Because I love you. Have since that first night. And I'm tired of pretending I don't. The confession shattered her final walls. I love you too. God help me, I do. They held each other while their babies slept. Two people from impossible worlds, crossing a line that could destroy them both. Outside, Jin waited in the car. Watching. Worried. His boss was falling. Fast. Hard. And when men like Minho fell, they took everyone with them. The forbidden line had been crossed. Now came the consequences. The kiss changed everything. Minho started spending nights at Maya's apartment. Not every night. His world still demanded blood and attention. But enough that Hope started calling him Dada without confusion, and Haven learned to fall asleep only in his arms. Jin warned him, repeatedly. Sir, you're exposed. 3 nights a week in the same location. No security inside. You're making yourself vulnerable. I know. The families are noticing. They think you're weak. Let them think. They'll test you. Let them try. But Minho knew Jin was right. Love had made him soft in a world that devoured softness. His rivals circled like sharks scenting blood. The test came on a Tuesday. Maya was at work. Morning shift at the diner. Minho's mother, flown in from Seoul, desperate to meet her grandchildren, watched the twins at the apartment. Minho was in a meeting. Legitimate business. Construction contracts that laundered very illegitimate money. His phone buzzed. Jin's code for emergency. He answered mid-sentence. What? They took her. The world stopped. Who? Your mother, the twins. Cleaning crew came in armed, professional, gone in 90 seconds. Minho's blood went arctic. Who? Park faction. They left a message. They want your territories, your shipping routes, everything. Or, I know what or means. He stood. The businessmen at the table went silent. They saw it, the transformation. The father disappearing, the monster emerging. Mobilize everyone. I want Park's locations identified in 10 minutes. I want... His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. Put it on speaker. Hello, Minho. Park Dae-jung's voice. Smug. Confident. Looking for something? Background noise. A baby crying. Haven. Minho's hand crushed the phone. Jin caught it before it shattered. Where are they? Safe. For now. But babies are so fragile, aren't they? So many things can go wrong. If you touch them, you'll what? You're not the monster anymore, Minho. You're a father. Fathers negotiate. Monsters kill. Which are you? The question was a trap. Both answers were wrong. What do you want? Your empire. Sign over your territories. Shipping, entertainment, all of it. You get your family back. You disappear. Live your little domestic dream somewhere far away. And if I refuse? Then your children learn what their grandfather learned, that this world doesn't forgive weakness. The line went dead. Minho stood perfectly still. His men watched, terrified. They'd seen him angry before. This was different. This was absolute zero. The cold before the explosion. Jin, gather everyone, every soldier, every asset, every favor owed. Sir, we're going to war. Maya got the call at work. Jin's voice, calm but urgent. Maya, don't panic. But you need to come with me. Now. What's wrong? The babies are safe. Minho's handling it. But you're not safe at work. They might come for you next. Her blood froze. Who's they? I'll explain in the car. Please, trust me. She ran out mid-shift. Jin was waiting. Black SUV. Armed men inside. Tell me what's happening, Jin told her. Everything. The kidnapping. The demands. The war about to ignite. Maya couldn't breathe. My babies. Where are my babies? Park has them, and Minho's mother. He's using them as leverage. We have to call the police. The police can't help. This is our world, our rules. Then what do? We trust Minho. He's one man. No. Jin's voice was absolute. He's the most dangerous man in this city, and you just gave him something worth dying for. Minho assembled his forces in 2 hours. Every lieutenant, every enforcer, men who'd followed his father and now followed him. He stood before them. No notes, no hesitation. Park took my children, my mother. He thinks this makes me weak. Negotiable. He's wrong. The room was silent. I've built this empire on strategy, on patience, on calculated moves. Tonight, we abandon strategy. Tonight, we show them what happens when you threaten a father's children. Someone in the back spoke up. Sir, Park has 40 men, fortified locations. We'd lose half our people in a direct assault. I don't care. Jin stepped forward. Sir, maybe we should consider... No negotiation, no compromise. We hit every Park location simultaneously. We burn everything he owns. We make him beg to give them back. That's war, sir. Total war. The other families will have to respond. The feds will come down on all of us. Let them. This was insanity. Beautiful, terrifying insanity. But looking at their boss, at the father who'd discovered love too late to protect it easily, every man in that room made the same choice. When do we move? Someone asked. Now. The war began at sunset. Minho's forces hit 6 Park locations simultaneously. Warehouses, gambling dens, fronts for their operations. Not to kill, Minho's orders were explicit, but to destroy. Burn the money, scatter the product, send the message. Park called within an hour, screaming, You insane bastard! I have your children! And I have matches. Keep them, and I burn your entire empire. Every dollar, every operation. I'll salt the earth where your business stood. They'll die. Then you die slower. Choose. The calculus shifted. Park had expected negotiation, compromise, not scorched earth. You're bluffing. No father would risk... I'm not a father. I'm a monster who made the mistake of loving, and monsters with nothing to lose are the most dangerous thing in this world. Silence on the line. Midnight, Pier 17. You bring my family, I'll sign whatever you want. How do I know you won't just kill me? You don't. That's what faith looks like. Park agreed. Had no choice. But Minho had no intention of signing anything. Maya was at Minho's penthouse, surrounded by guards, pacing, desperate. Let me come with you, please. No, you stay here where it's safe. They're my children, which is why you need to survive. If this goes wrong, his voice cracked. If I don't come back, they'll need their mother. Don't talk like that. Minho cupped her face, memorized it. I love you. I should have said it more. Should have given you the life you deserved instead of dragging you into mine. Stop, you're coming back, we're all coming back. Maybe. He kissed her, deep, desperate, goodbye hidden in tenderness. Then he left to collect his children from the devil, Pier 17 at midnight, abandoned, perfect for bloodshed. Park arrived with 20 men, showed Minho's mother from a distance. She held the twins, both crying, terrified. Minho arrived with 30, Jin at his side. The papers, Park demanded. Minho held up documents. Transfer of territories. Signed, notarized. My family first. Papers first. Standoff, guns everywhere. One wrong move and everyone died. Minho's mother called out in Korean. Son, they didn't hurt us. Take the babies and run. She was brave, always had been. Minho made the choice. Walked forward alone, unarmed, into the killing zone. Park smiled. Smart boy. Just like your father. Right before we killed him too. The confession landed like thunder. What? Your father's death. You thought it was the Lee family. It was us. We needed him gone. Needed you young. Pliable. But you grew into something worse. Rage, pure and absolute. But Minho controlled it. Because 20 feet away, his children cried. The papers, Park repeated. Minho handed them over. Park's man examined them, nodded. Legitimate. Now my family. Park gestured. His men brought Minho's mother forward. She carried hope and haven like they were made of light. The exchange happened in slow motion. Minho took his son, his daughter, felt their weight, their warmth, their life. Go, he told his mother. Jin will take you. And you? I'm finishing this. She understood, kissed his cheek, whispered, Your father would be proud. Then she left with the babies. Jin's men surrounded them, protected them. Park laughed. You actually did it? Gave up everything for... Minho shot him, not to kill. Kneecap. Park screamed, collapsed. Chaos erupted, guns everywhere. But Minho's men had better positions, better training. Park's forces fell back, scrambling to protect their wounded boss. Minho stood over Park, gun to his head. Those papers, forgeries. Good ones, but forgeries. You get nothing, you lose everything. And everyone will know you were beaten by a father protecting his children. You can't... I already did. And if you ever threaten my family again, I won't aim for your knee. He left Park bleeding on the pier. Message sent, war won. Not through strategy, through love. When Minho returned to the penthouse, Maya met him at the door. Baby's asleep behind her. Safe. She didn't ask if people died. Didn't want to know. Just held him while he shook. The adrenaline fading. The fear catching up. They're safe. He whispered. They're safe. We're safe. All of us. But they both knew the truth. In Minho's world, safety was always temporary. And the next threat was already coming. The feds came 3 days later. Special Agent Morrison, 20-year veteran, corruption task force. He'd been building a case against Minho for 5 years. The pier shootout gave him everything he needed. Mr. Kang, we need to talk. Minho's lawyer was already present. High-powered, expensive, used to making problems disappear legally. My client has nothing to say. Morrison smiled. That's fine, I'll talk. We have witnesses, video footage, testimony. We can put you at Pier 17. We can connect you to 6 simultaneous arsons. We have enough to lock you away for 30 years. Minho's face showed nothing. But I'm reasonable. I don't want you. I want your organization. Testify against your lieutenants. Give us names, locations, operations. We'll offer witness protection. New life. Clean slate. No. You have children now, don't you? Twins. 1-year-old. Think about them growing up with their father in prison. The threat was elegant, legal, Devastating. Meeting's over, the lawyer said. But Morrison left a card. Offer expires in 48 hours. Choose wisely. Maya was waiting at the apartment. Minho told her everything. What are you going to do? Nothing. I don't negotiate with feds. Minho, they'll send you to prison. Maybe. And then what? I raise Hope and Haven alone? Tell them their father chose crime over family? The words cut deep. I can't betray my people. They're loyal. They're criminals. You're all criminals. Maya's voice broke. I've tried to pretend this is normal, that we can have a life with you running an empire built on fear, but we can't. The babies can't. What are you saying? I'm saying choose. Your organization or your family. You can't have both. That's not fair. Nothing about this is fair. I didn't sign up for shootouts and kidnappings and federal investigations. I just wanted... She stopped, wiped tears. I wanted you. The real you. Not the crime lord. Just the man who sings lullabies at 5 a.m. Minho pulled her close. She resisted, then collapsed into him. I'm trying to find a way out. There is no way out. You said it yourself. Prison or death. Those are your options. Then I'll take prison, if it keeps you safe. No. Maya pushed back. You'll take the deal. Witness protection, new life. We'll all disappear together. I can't betray them. You already did. The moment you fell in love with me, the moment you chose to be a father, you betrayed that world. Now make it official. The truth was brutal. Minho spent that night walking the city, his city, built by his grandfather, expanded by his father, perfected by him. Every corner had a memory. First collection, first kill, first time he understood power, and now he was supposed to abandon it. For what? Suburban anonymity, PTA meetings, a 9-to-5 he'd hate. But then he thought of Hope's laugh, Haven's smile, Maya's touch. What was power compared to that? He called Morrison at dawn. I'll take the deal. But I have conditions. They met in a secure location, no lawyers, just Morrison, Minho, and the truth. Full immunity for my family. Maya gets a clean identity. The children never know about this life, and... He paused. My mother gets protection too. Done. What else? I testify in closed court. No media, no public trial. You get your convictions quietly. Morrison considered. Agreed, but you give us everything. Names, operations, evidence, total cooperation. Everything except one thing. What? I don't testify against Jin. He's my brother in everything but blood. Find another way to get him or the deals off. Morrison frowned. He's your second in command. He's crucial to non-negotiable. Silence. Then, fine. We'll work around him. But everyone else? Everyone else burns. The word tasted like betrayal. Minho had 1 week before he entered witness protection. 1 week to say goodbye to the only life he'd known. He called a meeting, all his lieutenants. Told them he was stepping down. Health reasons, stress, lies wrapped in partial truths. Jin will lead. Listen to him like you listened to me. The men were confused but obedient. Minho had earned their loyalty. Now he was spending it on freedom. Jin stayed after everyone left. You're running. Not a question. Jin always knew. Yes. With her. With the babies. Yes. And you're leaving me to clean up the war you started with Park. I'm sorry. Jin laughed, bitter. You're throwing away an empire for domesticity. Your father would disown you. My father died alone, violently. I won't. You think witness protection keeps you safe? They'll find you. Park, the families. Someone always finds you. Maybe. But I'll die knowing I tried to give them something better. Jin shook his head. You're a fool. I know. And I'm a bigger fool for covering for you. You don't have to. Yes, I do. Because despite everything, you're my brother, and brothers protect each other, even from themselves. They embraced. 2 men who'd survived hell together, now walking different paths. Take care of them, Jin said. Make this sacrifice mean something. I will. Maya spent the week preparing. New names, new identities. The feds were thorough. She'd become Sarah Mitchell. Hope and Haven became Tyler and Emma. Minho became David, generic, forgettable, safe. They were moving to Montana. Small town, big sky. Minho would work construction. Maya would go back to school. The babies would grow up normal. It sounded like prison to Minho, heaven to Maya. Their last night in the city, Minho stood on his penthouse balcony. Below, millions of lights, millions of lives, his kingdom. Maya joined him, held his hand. Regrets? Hundreds, but not about you, never about you. We can still back out, find another way. No, this is right, hard, but right. She leaned against him. Montana will be good, quiet, safe. Boring, exactly. He smiled despite himself. The twins were asleep inside, innocent, unaware their entire world was changing. Will you miss it? Maya asked. The power? Every day, but I'll miss them more if I stay. The truth of it settled over them like snow. At dawn, a nondescript van arrived. Federal marshals, no ceremony, no goodbye tours. Minho took one last look at the city, then climbed in. Jin watched from a distance. Didn't wave, didn't need to. The van drove away. Minho didn't look back. Couldn't afford to. In the back, Maya held the twins. Hope babbled. Haven slept. Normal baby chaos. You okay? She whispered. Minho took her hand, squeezed. Ask me in 10 years. Deal. The city disappeared behind them. So did the empire, the power, the fear. All that remained was love, and the desperate hope that it would be enough. Montana was everything the city wasn't. Quiet, cold, impossibly vast. Their house was small, 3 bedrooms, old heating, a yard where Hope and Haven could play without bodyguards watching. Minho hated it at first. The silence was suffocating. He'd wake at 3 a.m. expecting threat reports and get nothing but wind. His hands itched for purpose beyond changing diapers and fixing broken faucets. Maya watched him struggle, said nothing, waited. 3 months in, Minho started construction work. Real work, physical. His crew didn't know he'd once commanded 50 men. They just knew David was strong, reliable, and weirdly good at logistics. Military? His foreman asked. Something like that. 6 months in, Hope took his first real steps, walked straight to Minho, arms outstretched, laughing. Something in Minho's chest cracked open. Again. Deeper. This. This was worth it. Maya started nursing school. Online classes while the twins napped. Minho would come home dusty from work and quiz her on anatomy. Found he liked learning alongside her. You're good at this, she said one night. At what? Being normal. I'm really not. You're trying. That's enough. 1 year in, Minho's mother visited. The feds allowed it. Supervised. Brief. She held the twins, now toddlers, and cried. They're so big. They're perfect, Minho said. His mother looked at him. Really looked. You're happy. He thought about it. The ache for power was still there. Probably always would be. But under it, something new. Something that felt like peace. I'm getting there. Your father would be disappointed. I know. I was going to say proud. He never wanted this life for you. He just didn't know how to give you another option. The words hit like absolution. After she left, Maya found Minho in the twins' room, watching them sleep like he still couldn't believe they were real. You okay? Better than okay. She wrapped her arms around him from behind. I love you, David. The fake name still felt wrong, but coming from her, it felt like redemption. I love you too. 2 years in, the threat came. Not dramatic, not violent, just a man in their driveway, expensive suit, out of place in Montana's casual sprawl. Minho recognized the type immediately. Sent Maya and the kids inside. Who are you? Message from Jin. The family's made peace. Park's dead. Natural causes. The smile said otherwise. You're not wanted anymore. You could come back. Minho's heart lurched, back to power, purpose. The life that fit like a tailored suit. Tell Jin thank you. But no. The messenger looked surprised. You're sure? Your empire? Isn't mine anymore. I'm retired. Men like you don't retire. This one did. Inside, Maya was teaching Haven to read. Hope was building block towers and knocking them down. Normal, beautiful, chaos. The messenger left. Minho didn't watch him go. That night, Maya asked, what did he want? My old life back. Her face went pale. And? I told him I have a better one. She kissed him, deep, grateful, believing. But Minho lay awake that night wondering if he'd made the right choice, if domesticity would ever truly fit, if the monster could really become the man. 3 years in, Hope started kindergarten. Minho walked him to the bus stop, held his small hand, watched him climb aboard without looking back. "He's so brave," Maya said. "He's terrifying. They both are." "Why?" "Because they're so good, so pure. And I spent 30 years being the opposite. You're not that person anymore." "Aren't I? If someone threatened them right now, I'd—" He stopped. "You'd protect them." "That's not being a monster. That's being a father." The distinction felt thin, essential. Haven started dance class. Minho sat through recitals with other parents, completely out of place and completely present. The other dads talked about sports and promotions. Minho nodded, contributed nothing about his past, and loved his daughter so fiercely it hurt. 4 years in, Maya graduated nursing school. Top of her class. Job offers from 3 hospitals. She chose the smallest one, pediatrics, because of course she did. "I'm proud of you," Minho said at her graduation. "We did this together." "No, you did this. I just tried not to screw it up." She laughed. "You succeeded. Mostly." That night, after the twins were asleep, they made love like they had that first impossible night. Desperate, grateful, alive. "No regrets?" she whispered after. "Only that I didn't meet you sooner. Before you became—" "Yeah. Then you wouldn't have been you. And I fell in love with you, all of you. Even the parts you wish didn't exist." The acceptance was overwhelming. 5 years in, Jin sent a package. No return address, just a thumb drive. Minho debated throwing it away, decided he owed Jin one last look. Video files, surveillance, Jin's way of saying goodbye. The organization was different now, smaller, legitimate. Jin had kept his word, cleaned house, turned the empire into something legal. The last video was Jin himself, recorded message. "Brother, I hope you're well. I hope the boring life suits you." A smile. "It wouldn't suit me, but I'm glad it suits you. The families think you're dead. I encourage that rumor. You're free, truly free. Don't waste it." The screen went black. Minho deleted everything, smashed the drive, buried it in the backyard like the past it represented. Maya never asked what it was, didn't need to. 6 years in, Hope asked the question. "Dad, what did you do before Montana?" They were fishing. Just the two of them. Father-son time. Minho had prepared for this, had his answer ready. "I made mistakes, hurt people, chose power over kindness, and then I met your mom, and you, and I chose different. Were you a bad guy? Honesty or comfort? The eternal parental dilemma. Yes, for a long time." Hope considered this. 8 years old. Too wise for his age. "But you're good now." "I'm trying to be. That's what matters. Trying." Wisdom from a child. Minho's eyes burned. "When did you get so smart?" "Mom says I get it from you." Your mom is generous with the truth. They fished in comfortable silence. Father and son. Nothing more complicated than that. 7 years in, Maya found Minho in the garage. He was building something. Wooden castle. Intricate. Beautiful. For Haven's birthday? Yeah, she said she wanted to be a princess. "You know you can just buy one." "I know, but I wanted—" He stopped. "I wanted to make something with my hands that doesn't destroy." Maya understood. Sat beside him. Handed him tools. They worked together, building something good. 10 years in, Minho stood in the same place he'd stood that first night in Montana. Backyard. Stars overhead. Impossibly vast. But now Hope was 11. Haven was 11. Both asleep inside, both healthy, both happy. Maya joined him. They'd done this 1,000 times. Never got old. "You okay?" she asked. Their ritual question. "Yeah, I really am." "Regrets?" "None that matter." She took his hand, wedding ring on her finger. They'd married year 2. Small ceremony. Just them and the twins. No past, just future. "I love you, David Mitchell." The name fit now. Like skin grown comfortable. "I love you too, Sarah." Inside, their children dreamed safe dreams. Outside, the world turned. Dangerous, beautiful, vast. And Minho, once a crime lord, once a monster, now just a father, knew he'd made the right choice. Power was empty. Fear was temporary. But love? Love was the only empire worth building. And he'd built it well. The twins would never know what he'd been, would never carry his sins. They'd just know he loved them, fiercely, completely, without reservation. That was his redemption. That was enough. The stars wheeled overhead. Montana wind carried pine and possibility. Maya's hand warm in his. Somewhere in a city far away, his old life continued without him. Let it. This quiet, beautiful, ordinary life was his victory. And every morning he woke up to Hope's laughter and Haven's smile. Minho won again. The crime lord was dead. The father lived. And that was the greatest power of all. The end.